चलिए बिस्मिल्लाह रहमान रहीम। कल हमने टाइप ऑफ बॉन्ड पढ़ लिए थे और लास्ट में क्रिस्टल लेटिस पढ़ा था। उसके बाद हमने प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ आयनिक कंपाउंड पढ़ा था। ठीक है, चलिए आप में से कोई बच्चा रिव्यू करवा सकता है कल हमने क्या क्या पढ़ा है? हाँ भाई, आप में से कोई रिव्यू करवा सकता है कल का लेक्चर क्या क्या पढ़ा है हमने?
Sir, we learned about ionic compounds,
यस
like the
एग्जैक्टली।
properties of ionic compounds, like they have high melting point and they're like solid at room
यस,
temperature.
वेरी गुड।
We are studying about properties of ionic compounds.
यस, सो what do you think, what are the properties of ionic compounds?
Sir, they have a high melting point and
They-
they are solid at room
Mhm.
temperature.
Very good. Ionic compounds are solid because of strong force of attraction. Okay. Uh, so now compare melting point. Question number one. Compare melting point of the following. Compare melting point of the following. Question number one. Compare melting point of the following. Question number one. Magnesium oxide and sodium chloride. Yes, which one has high melting point? Can anyone tell me which one has high melting point? Any idea?
Sir, sodium chloride has high melting point than magnesium
Okay,
chloride oxide.
okay. Can anyone tell me what is the charge on magnesium?
+2.
No,
Plus
sir,
2.
actually MgO has higher melting point than NaCl.
Why? Why?
Sir, I searched Google.
Magnesium has plus 2 charge and oxygen has minus 2 charge. While sodium has plus 1 charge, chlorine has minus 1 charge. So which compound has more charge?
MgO.
MgO. So which ions are more attracted by each other?
Mg and O.
MgO. So MgO has high melting point. So first is magnesium oxide has high melting point than NaCl. Magnesium oxide has high melting point than NaCl. Point number two, magnesium has plus 2 charge and oxygen has minus 2 charge. Hence, strong electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic force of attraction. Point number three, more energy is required more energy is required to overcome this attraction. To overcome this attraction, to melt. While sodium has +1 charge, chlorine has -1 charge, less electrostatic force of attraction, low melting point. Barira, are you in the class?
Yes.
Barira, can you tell me which compound has high melting point, magnesium oxide or NaCl?
NaCl.
शाबाश शाबाश. मुझे एक बात बताओ, किसका चार्ज ज्यादा है? मैग्नीशियम हैज मोर चार्ज और सोडियम हैज मोर चार्ज?
Magnesium.
So magnesium has more charge, +2, so they attract strongly. While sodium has less charge, chlorine has less charge, so their attraction is very low. So they have low melting point. Amir, are you in the class?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain which compound has low melting point or which compound has high melting point?
Sir, I think magnesium oxide has a lower melting point and
Lower?
sodium.
Lower?
Yes, sir.
Which one has more charge?
Magnesium oxide.
So if magnesium has more charge, so strong electrostatic force of attraction
Oh,
between
sir, it
magnesium
has a
+2 and oxygen.
higher melting point,
Mm-hmm.
and sodium
Yes, why?
chloride has a lower melting point because magnesium oxide has a higher charge.
Exactly. Very good, very good. So next is Sanam, are you in the class?
Yes.
Sanam, can you explain which compound has high melting point, magnesium oxide or NaCl?
I think magnesium oxide.
Magnesium oxide. Why magnesium oxide has high melting point?
Maybe because they have higher charge. They have
Higher
more
charge. So
charge.
higher charge, exactly. If they have high charge, so they attract each other more strongly. So strong electrostatic force of attraction. So next property is conductivity. 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 So ionic compounds are good conductor. Ionic compounds conduct electricity. Ionic compounds conduct electricity. Ionic compound conduct electricity when dissolved in water. When dissolved in water or in molten state. So we have three states of ionic compound. Ionic compound, we have three states. Number one, solid. Number one, solid. In solid, they do not conduct electricity. Do not conduct electricity. Number two, molten. Molten, they conduct electricity. They conduct electricity. They conduct electricity. Third case is aqueous. Aqueous means in water. In water, they conduct electricity. In water, they conduct electricity. They conduct electricity. Can anyone tell me why in molten state and aqueous state ionic compounds show electricity, show conductivity? Can anyone tell me why?
Sir, because water is polar.
Yes, you can say that. What is polar? Now look at this crystal lattice. Look at this crystal lattice. When you add water, so ions are free to move. Ions are free to move. Free to move. Number two, lattice break. Lattice break. And ions are free to move. Now look at the lattice. Now, lattice break. Lattice break. Now you can see that lattice break. Lattice break. In water, this lattice break. Now ions are free to move. Now you can say that lattice break. Now ions are free to move. Lattice break. When you heat, when you dissolve in water. Now ions are free to move. Now ions are free to move. If they move, they conduct electricity. बोले बात समझ आ रही है? बरीरा बात समझ आई है?
नहीं सर।
देखें अभी मैंने आपको पूरी डायग्राम बना के बताई, मिटा के दिखाई, आपको क्यों समझ नहीं आया? आप मुझे एक बात बताएं, क्या आपको ये दिख रही है लेटेस्ट की ग्रीन ग्रीन? जब पानी डाला तो ये ग्रीन ग्रीन टूट गया ना, आपने इस ग्रीन में कैद करके रखा हुआ था इसे। जैसे ये ग्रीन ग्रीन टूटा, आइंस आर फ्री टू मूव। नहीं समझ आया?
नहीं समझ आ गया।
बरीरा तुम एक बात सुनो, तुमने कभी कबूतर पाले? कोई चिड़िया
नहीं।
पकड़ी है? कोई चिड़िया पाली है, कभी तोते पाले, कुछ पाला है, बर्ड्स पाले?
हाँ।
अगर कहाँ रखा, उसको खुला रखा, पिंजरे में रखा, केज में?
केज।
अगर केज में तोड़ दूं तो क्या बर्ड उसमें रहेंगे या उड़ जाएंगे?
उड़ जाएंगे।
उड़ जाएंगे। तो आपको ये केज, ग्रीन ग्रीन केज नजर नहीं आ रहा? आ रहा है केज नजर?
हाँ।
तो जब पानी डालेंगे तो ये केज टूट जाएगा, तो परिंदे, बर्ड्स क्या उड़ जाएंगे? तो आइंस आर जस्ट लाइक अ बर्ड। बात समझ आ रही है? दे कैन फ्लाई।
गॉट इट।
व्हेन व्हेन यू हीट, जब तुम हीट करोगे पिंजरा खुल जाएगा, जब तुम पानी डालोगे पिंजरा डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा। नाउ आइंस आर फ्री टू मूव। सनम, बात समझ आ रही है?
Yes, sir. How do they conduct electricity?
Now you can see that ions are free to move. So ions means they have electron, they have the capability to catch the electron and pass over each other. When electrons are free to move through the ion, definitely they conduct electricity. Are you getting my point or not?
Yes.
सनम, देखें, पॉइंट नंबर 1 लिखते हैं इसमें। In aqueous and in molten, ions are free to move. Ions are free to move, and hence conduct electricity. Point number 2, in solid, ions are fixed. In crystal lattice, in crystal lattice, so they cannot, move, so they cannot move. आप लोगों को मेरी बात समझ आ रही है?
जी सर।
अब आप मुझे बताइए, ये मैंने करा दिया आपको, और ये भी करा दिया, हाई मेल्टिंग पॉइंट, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट, ये भी करा दिया, गुड कंडक्टिविटी। बोले आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है? करा दिया नहीं करा दिया? बोले कोई ऐसा
जी
टॉपिक,
सर।
बरीरा, सनम, आप बता दें इनमें से कोई एक और टॉपिक जो रह गया हो अभी।
No, sir.
Okay. Now topic, next topic, simple molecule and covalent bond. Simple molecule and covalent bond. First topic is state that a covalent bond is formed when a pair of electrons is shared. Describe the formation of covalent bond. Okay. Describe it in terms of structure of bonding and the properties. Okay. So next is covalent bonding. Next is covalent bonding. Covalent bonding. Covalent bonding. याद रखिएगा फर्स्ट पॉइंट, कोवेलेंट बॉन्डिंग or bonds are formed between non-metals, between non-metal or non-metal atoms. Atoms. Point number 2, covalent bond is formed. Covalent bond is formed by mutual sharing. By mutual sharing of electrons. मैं अभी समझाता हूं आपको क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा. आइए हम बात करते हैं पहली एग्जांपल. उसने बोला है भाई, अच्छा कह रहा है कि मैंने पेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन शेयर्ड बिटवीन टू एटम्स leading to noble gas electronic configuration. Okay, describe the formation of covalent bond in simple molecule. Okay, so hydrogen, chlorine, water. Okay, so we need to discuss these molecule. Okay, so next point is, मैं अभी आपको समझाता हूँ कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड होता क्या है. पॉइंट नंबर 3, covalent bond can be formed between same element. For example, hydrogen. For example, chlorine. For example, nitrogen. For example, oxygen. These all have covalent bond. They are same molecule. चलिए बरीरा, चलिए वन बाय वन आएंगे. एसन, एसन आपको आवाज आ रही है? एसन, सनम आपको आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
ओके, एसन और एसन की आवाज ही नहीं आ रही है. अमीर से बात करेंगे. अमीर, अमीर, आर यू लिसनिंग माय वॉइस?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Amir, can you tell me electron of hydrogen?
Sir, 1 electron.
Can one electron. So this is hydrogen atom. It has one electron. This is hydrogen atom. It has one electron. So we have another hydrogen atom. Yes. So both have one electron. So they share this electron with each other. So now this is called hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule H2. This is called hydrogen molecule H2. This is called hydrogen molecule H2. Now chlorine. Can anyone tell me the group number of chlorine?
Sir, group 7.
Can anyone tell me the group number of chlorine?
Sir, group 7.
7. Okay. 7. So let's suppose this is chlorine. So 1 electron is required to make covalent bond. Let's suppose dot and cross. Now you told me that 7 electrons in chlorine. Can you tell me how many electrons are left?
Sir, 1. So it will be a single bond. So, no, sir,
How
left.
you you told me that chlorine has 7 electron because the
Yeah,
group
sorry.
number is 7. So 1 is utilized to make bond. How many electrons are left?
Sir, 6.
6. So 6 electrons are left. 1, 2, 3. 6 electrons. Same for this chlorine. This is chlorine molecule. बरीरा, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? बरीरा, आवाज आ रही है मेरी? नहीं आ रही. Next is Aiza.
Yes, sir.
Aiza. Oxygen. Oxygen has a tendency to make double bond. Double bond means it has a tendency to share 2 electrons. भाई अल्लाह ने हर एक को अलग अलग सलाहियतें दी है, एबिलिटी दी है. ऑक्सीजन कैन शेयर 2 electrons, हाइड्रोजन कैन शेयर 1 electron, chlorine can share 1 electron, but oxygen can share 2 electrons. Nitrogen can share 3 electrons. तो बताइए आइजा, how many electrons are shared by 1 oxygen?
2 electrons.
2 electrons. So this is 1 covalent bond, this is second covalent bond. So can you tell me the group number of oxygen?
Group number 6.
Group number 6. So it means that it has 6 electrons. Now can you tell me the remaining electrons of each oxygen?
4.
4. So here we have 4 electrons. This is oxygen molecule. Oxygen molecule. Next. Mazin Burhan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mazin, can you tell me how many electrons are shared by nitrogen atom?
3.
3 electrons. Very good. Now Mazin, these are nitrogen. So it is nitrogen. So 3 electrons, 1 electron from 1 nitrogen, 1 covalent bond. Second is shared by, then third is shared by. So 3 electrons are shared. 3 electrons are shared. So can you tell me the group number of nitrogen?
The group number of nitrogen is 5.
5. So how many electrons are left?
3.
Three.
Yeah, and it will share
So,
that with the other one.
so if 3 electrons are shared, how many electrons are left?
Sir, 2 more will be left behind.
2 electrons are left. While nitrogen belongs to group 5, right? So this is nitrogen.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I don't understand 2 electrons कैसे?
बताइए नाइट्रोजन कौन से ग्रुप में है?
5.
5. तो उसमें 5 इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे, 3 बॉन्ड बना रहे हैं, तो बाकी कितने बचे? सनम आपको आवाज आ रही है?
जी सर.
जब ग्रुप 5 में है, इट मींस इट हैज 5 इलेक्ट्रॉन. 5 में से 3 बॉन्ड बना लिए इधर, 1 2 3. तो बाकी 5 में से कितने बचे?
2.
तो 2 ही तो बना है. बरीरा, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? बरीरा, आप बोलेंगे नहीं तो सीखेंगे कैसे? बरीरा, आपको देखें, हाइड्रोजन, क्लोरीन, ऑक्सीजन, नाइट्रोजन मॉलिक्यूल कौन से समझ नहीं आया आपको? समझाऊंगा.
फिर नाइट्रोजन वाला नहीं आया.
बताइए बरीरा, नाइट्रोजन कौन से ग्रुप में है?
5.
5 में. मैंने बताया नाइट्रोजन ट्रिपल बॉन्ड बनाता है. तो 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन आपने इधर दे दिए उसको. इस नाइट्रोजन ने 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन दिए, इस नाइट्रोजन ने 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन दिए. तो बताइए बाकी कितने बचे बरीदा?
2.
2. इसके भी 2, इसके भी 2. बोला आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है?
यस.
अब देखें, हाइड्रोजन को ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, क्लोरीन को ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, ऑक्सीजन ने 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन शेयर करे, उसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं. डू यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन?
No, sir.
बोले, सब समझ आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
So all these atoms are called diatomic molecule. Oxygen, next point. Oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, chlorine, all are called diatomic molecule. Diatomic molecule. Molecule. बोले आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है? बोले बात समझ आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही है?
आ रही है सर.
Now point number 5. Covalent bond is also formed between different atom of different element. Different element. Between atom of different elements. Between atom of different element. बोले आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है? Now for example, water, example CH4, example NH3, example HCl, example CH3OH, example C2H4, example carbon dioxide. Now example number 1, H2O. H2O. बताइए which element is less in H2O? बताइए H2O में क्या चीज less है?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. So oxygen is central atom. Oxygen is central atom. So make one circle for oxygen and two circle for hydrogen. So this is oxygen, this is hydrogen. ऑक्सीजन और हाइड्रोजन सिंगल बॉन्ड बनाते हैं. बताइए व्हाट इज द ग्रुप नंबर ऑफ ऑक्सीजन?
6.
6. So how many electrons are involved in bonding?
There are 2, yeah.
2. So how many electrons are left?
4 more.
4. So here we have 4. Hydrogen has only 1 electron. This is water molecule. This is water molecule. Beta dot means electron of oxygen and cross mean electron of hydrogen. Now second example is CH4. Sanam,
Yes,
Umar,
sir.
sorry, Umar.
Yes, sir.
Which atom is central atom?
Sir, carbon.
Carbon. So this is carbon. So how many hydrogen atoms?
I said there will be 4 around it.
This is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. And this is number 4. So dot means electron of carbon. Cross means electron of hydrogen. So this is carbon, this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen. बताओ कार्बन का कौन सा ग्रुप है?
Sir, group 4.
Group 4. So it can form 4 bonds. Now NH3. Fazin, Burhan.
Yes.
Now question number 3 is NH3. Can you tell me the group number of nitrogen? First of all, tell me which element is central atom?
N.
N. So this is central atom N. So we have 3 more atoms. 1, 2, and then 3. So central atom is nitrogen. Then we have hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Now, Burhan, can you tell me the group number of nitrogen? Can you tell me again?
5.
5?
Yes.
Okay. So how many bonds nitrogen form here?
3.
3. So how many electrons are left out of
2.
5? Yes.
2.
2 or 3?
2.
2. So 2 electrons are left. So cross means hydrogen, dot means nitrogen. Now number 4, HCl. Number 4 is HCl. Now Sanam, it's your turn. Which one is which element? Which atom is central atom? So both are same. Both are
Yes.
same. So hydrogen has only 1 electron. So chlorine has how many electrons?
Chlorine. Sir,
Group number?
Four.
Group number of chlorine is?
Sir, it's 4.
No.
No,
Group
no.
number of chlorine?
7.
7. So how many electrons are left?
1.
Bete, 1 electron is utilized to make covalent bond. Now how many electrons are left?
6.
6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dot means chlorine, cross means hydrogen. Electron of chlorine. Barira. Barira, question number
Yes,
5 is?
sir.
हाँ बोले. बरीरा समझ नहीं आ रहा. बोला आप लोगों को मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
साथ आप मुझे बताएं कितने आइटम है, कितने
आ रहे
एलिमेंट
हैं।
है? हाँ बरीरा आवाज आ रही है? साथ.
Yes, sir.
साथ बताइए हाउ मेनी एलिमेंट्स आर हियर?
Sir, here 3. C, H, and
3.
O.
Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, right?
Yes, sir.
So carbon is central atom. So 3 hydrogen. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And this one is O. Now look at this. Look at the complete structure. This is carbon. These 3 are hydrogen. This is oxygen. This is hydrogen. So hydrogen has 1 dot electron. Hydrogen has 1 dot electron. So oxygen has steric electron. Carbon has dot electron. Oxygen has steric electron. Hydrogen has dot electron. बताइए ऑक्सीजन के का ग्रुप नंबर कौन सा है?
Sir, group 6.
ग्रुप 6. तो कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन बच गए?
4.
4 बच गए. This is CH3OH. Dot means Dot means hydrogen. Dot means electron of oxygen. Cross means electron of carbon. Cross means carbon. And steric means electron of oxygen. Next is C2H4. C2H4. This is carbon, carbon. So it has double bond. बोले कैसे बनाएंगे? देखें, एक रिंग बनाएंगे कार्बन का. इसका कार्बन का डबल बॉन्ड बनाएंगे. ये एक हाइड्रोजन बन गया.
Sir,
जी बोले.
I have a doubt in the previous one.
Yes, yes, ask.
Sir, in hydrogen, you have only one electron here to share.
Yes.
So you said like the dots are hydrogen. So there are 4 hydrogen in total, but there are 5 dots.
There are. Now look at, this is first dot. This is second dot. This is third dot. And this one is fourth dot, right?
And also another.
So this is for carbon. So this is cross and this is steric. Are you getting my point up?
Yeah, sir. Okay.
MashaAllah, very good. Now second. Now carbon has, this is carbon, this is carbon, these are hydrogen. So this is carbon electron. Cross. Dot. Cross. So 2 double bonds. Dot. Plus. Dot. Plus. Dot. Plus. Dot. Plus. So dot means electron of carbon. Dot means electron of carbon. electron of carbon. Cross means electron of hydrogen.
Sir,
Yes.
for the diagram, yeah, could you use like any symbol or should it has to be like steric? Could it also be like a circle but it's like not filled?
Yes, you can, we can use this one, this. So draw it again. Now I am drawing it again. This is carbon. This is another carbon. So for carbon, so we have two different carbon. So for one carbon, it is circle. And for second carbon, this is, so for this carbon and for this carbon. This is for carbon 1 and this is electron of carbon 2. Now we have 4 more hydrogen. So this is a bond. This is another molecule. Another molecule. So for hydrogen, use cross. For hydrogen, use cross. For hydrogen, use cross. For hydrogen, use cross. For this carbon, we use dark. For this carbon, we use this one. साथ आप समझ आ रहे हैं?
जी sir.
Last is carbon dioxide. Number 7 is carbon dioxide. So central atom is carbon. So this is carbon. This is oxygen. This is oxygen. For this carbon, dot. For this oxygen, cross. So how many electrons are left for oxygen? Oxygen belong to group 6. 2 electrons are utilized to make bond. How many electrons are left?
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dot and cross. So electron of carbon sorry, electron of oxygen and crosses electron of carbon. बात समझ आ रही है?
आ रही सर।
चलिए अब आप सिलेबस देखें, कोई ऐसा कंपाउंड जो रह गया हो। परीरा आपने बोला नहीं है, समझ आया नहीं आया? डिस्क्राइब द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड इन सिंपल मॉलिक्यूल। हाइड्रोजन, क्लोरीन, H2O, CH4, N3, HCl, O2, CO2, NO2. Dot and going to show the electronic configuration in these and similar molecule. बोले बात समझ आ गई है?
यस सर।
चले आगे बढ़ते हैं। नेक्स्ट है डिस्क्राइब एंड एक्सप्लेन how the term of structure and bonding the properties simple molecular compounds. Now simple molecular compounds. Simple molecular structure. Next is simple molecular structure. Simple molecular structure. Simple molecular structure. So first point is they have small molecules. They have small molecules. Point number two, small molecules are held by weak intermolecular forces or force of attraction. Force of attraction known as van der Waal. Known as van der Waal. बरीरा आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
यस।
आपको समझ ना आए मुझे बोल दिएगा, चुप नहीं बैठिएगा।
ओके।
देखिए देखिए ये हाइड्रोजन में बनाने जा रहा हूं। ये मैंने एक मॉलिक्यूल बनाया है, इसका नाम है हाइड्रोजन। इसका नाम क्या है? हाइड्रोजन। एक और मॉलिक्यूल में बना रहा हूं आपको बिल्कुल ऐसा ही। वो आ गया हाइड्रोजन एक और। तो ये हाइड्रोजन है, ये हाइड्रोजन है। इसी तरह का एक और हाइड्रोजन होगा, ये रहा। इसी तरह का एक और हाइड्रोजन होगा। इसी तरह का एक और हाइड्रोजन होगा। बहुत सारे हाइड्रोजन होंगे। तो देखें ये एक दूसरे को अट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं, ये देखें, दिस इंडिकेट्स अट्रैक्शन। These are called van der Waal. छोटा सा स्ट्रक्चर है, van der Waal forces। सनम आपको बात समझ आ रही है?
जी सर।
ये सिंपल मॉलिक्यूल स्ट्रक्चर है। बहुत सिंपल मॉलिक्यूल स्ट्रक्चर कहलाता है। नंबर 2, sorry, next point, number 3, they have low melting and boiling point because a small amount of energy is required to overcome van der Waal. Next point, their melting point value is low because less energy is required to overcome this attraction to melt. बोले आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही है?
आ रही है सर।
क्योंकि वीक van der Waal है ना, इसलिए।
यस सर।
As the number of as the size of the molecule increases, van der Waal increases, melting point increases. Next point, as size of molecule increases, van der Waal increases, melting point increases. For example, let's suppose this molecule. Let's suppose this molecule. The name of this molecule is this is another molecule. 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 Let's suppose this molecule is CH3OH. 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 This is called van der Waal. Now, Let's suppose size of the molecule increases. Now this molecule is larger one. This molecule is larger one. Now this molecule is very big. This is CH3, CH2, CH2OH. This is big molecule. So big molecule, more attraction. Now you can see that here we have more attraction. This is called van der Waal. So molecule attract. तो बताओ किसमें ज्यादा यार अट्रैक्शन हो रही है, ऊपर वाले में नीचे वाले में?
नीचे वाले में.
नीचे वाले में. That's why as the size of the molecule increases, van der Waal increases. So van der Waal, weak van der Waal. So they have weak van der Waal. So they have low melting point. Now, next is conduction. They do not conduct electricity. They do not conduct electricity. बता सकते हैं क्यों?
Because they don't have any charge.
Because they do not have free moving charges. They do not have ion. Because they do not have charges or free moving ions. Or free moving ions. आइए देखते हैं सिलेबस में हमने कहां तक कर लिया. हमने पहला वाला कर लिया. हमने सेकंड वाला भी कर लिया, डिस्क्राइब द बॉन्डिंग. Structure and bonding the popular simple molecular compound. Low boiling point in terms of weak interval specified type of intermolecular and are not required. ये भी कर लिया. ये भी हो गया. बोले 2.5 हो गया कि नहीं हुआ, या कुछ रह गया? बोले
हो गया सर.
हो गया, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. Now next is giant covalent structure. Next is giant covalent structure. Next is giant covalent structure. Giant covalent structure. Giant covalent structure. देखिए मेरी बात सुने, अगर मैं आपसे कहूं कि इतना सा स्ट्रक्चर है, सो इट इज सिंपल मॉलिक्यूलर। लेकिन अगर आपसे कहूं कि ये ऐसा चलता जा रहा है, चलता जा रहा है, चलता जा रहा है, चलता जा रहा है, यहाँ भी चलता जा रहा है, चलता जा रहा है, दिस इज कॉल्ड नेटवर्क ऑफ कोवेलेंट बॉन्डिंग, extensive network of atoms. Such structure is called giant covalent structure. This is simple molecular. But if you have extensive atom joined together, this extensive bonding is called structure is called giant covalent structure. बोले आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
चलिए इसको अगली क्लास में करेंगे। आप में से कोई मुझे समरी बता सकता है आज क्या क्या किया है? Aiza, can you summarize today's lecture?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
So today we learned about ionic bonds and covalent bonding structures.
Yes. Start from the melting point.
Okay, sir. Ionic bonds have high melting and boiling points because the electrostatic force between the molecules is high. Hence, they need higher energy to break down. Ionic compounds can conduct electricity when dissolved in water or in molten state, because when they are dissolved in water or they're heated, the lattice structure between the molecules breaks down and they can move freely.
Very good.
Covalent bonding is the bonding between nonmetals. It can take place between the atoms of the same element, but it can also take place between the atoms of different elements.
ठीक हो गया, रुक जाए। बरीरा,
Yes.
इधर से आप बताएं क्या पढ़ा आपने? यस, कोवेलेंट बॉन्डिंग से बताएं, कोवेलेंट बॉन्डिंग। बरीरा, बरीरा आप ये सही नहीं कर रही हैं, ऐसे तो सीखेंगे नहीं। बरीरा, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? सनम, आप बताइए इसके आगे से।
Sir, covalent bonds are formed between non-metal atoms, and they are formed by mutual sharing of electrons, and they can be formed between the same elements like hydrogen, and they are also formed between atoms of different elements.
Very good.
And then we discussed simple molecular structure, that they are small molecules and these small molecules are held between weak intermolecular forces, and and
As
that
a
their
number of
melting
Mhm.
point value is low because less energy is required to overcome their attraction to melt.
Very good.
And the size of molecule increases, van der Waals force also increases, and melting point also increases.
Very good. And what about the conductivity?
Well, they don't conduct electricity because they don't have any charges or free moving ions.
Very good, beta. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Chalo, any question? Amir.
No, sir.
Okay, mashallah. Amir, Aiza.
No, sir, no questions.
Okay, Mazin Burhan.
No,
Umar.
sir.
Okay, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Inshallah, from the next week we will start past paper of the bonding, right? Past paper of the bonding, inshallah. Take care, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, sir. Allah
Allah
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
I love it, sir.
Allah Hafiz, beta.